everyone, and welcome to my freak show. I review episode 1 of AHS Delicate. Let's get into it. First, we start off with actual Emma Roberts as Anna Victoria Alcott laying in bed, waking up, and then somebody is in bed right next to her. It scares the crap out of her, so she gets up, chases them down the hall. They end up getting away, but after they're gone, she realizes that there's blood all over her hands. And then that flashes us back to 1 week previous for the show. So the show flashes back 1 week previous to the opening incident. And Anna and Dex are meeting up with their Dr. Hill in order to receive Twilight Anastasia for retrieval of eggs. And the reason given that Anna and Dex cannot have a baby is it's an unexplained infertility. Before Anna closes her eyes and lets the medication take over, she starts hallucinating of witches and all this weird stuff, and then she finally closes her eyes, and this opens the segue to the awesome opening credits. After the opening credits, we start with the show where Anna and Dex are leaving the clinic. However, this woman named Miss Preacher comes into the clinic and she takes a photo of Anna as she's leaving. Anna then sees the same woman outside of the clinic that she saw earlier that morning. She tells Dex about it, but he says, it's a big city, you're popular. What are you going to do? Then they go to lunch and they talk about baby names and how this is going to change their life and how they're excited to be parents. Then we all get the scene that we've been waiting for, which is Kim Kardashian. Victoria goes over to see her publicist, who is played by Kim Kardashian, and her name is Siobhan. But obviously it's not the same Siobhan Walsh as in the book. I think Kim does a great job playing herself. I want to see how her future continues, but I thought she did okay. She also is there having Anna autograph stuff, which is the first time we see one of the Summer Day dolls that Anna had back from when she was a teen movie idol. And now she is in her later 30s, and she is now an actress of her own right and just came out with a fantastic movie that she starred in. She did not direct it, obviously, but she starred in, and she is now getting a lot of success for it. Anna then goes to meet up with Dex, and when she sits down on the park bench beside him, he notices there is a spider in her hair, which I thought, that's pretty awesome. We're definitely getting a connection with this, with the hair and the spiders right now. Really digging it. After that, Anna and Dex go back home, and Dex is pissed because Anna has left out the expensive suppositories that she was using the night before when we saw her on the toilet. So, I mean, I applaud the show for showing what women have to go through regarding infertility and their trials and tribulations, but I did not need to see that. Anna insists that she did not leave out the medication, but of course, Dex basically just placates her and he's like, okay. Now this is when the show segues to Anna and Dex going to dinner with Dex's co-worker, Talia. Talia, of course, is sitting there with her partner or her wife. I apologize, I don't remember. And she is telling Anna and Dex about this new person that has come into the art gallery and how much she looked exactly like Dex's ex-wife, Addie. So Talia and Dex keep talking about how this new woman looks exactly like Addie. And then that's what kind of gets Talia off on a little tangent about that Addie would be so proud of Dex and really happy for him. And that kind of gets to Anna just a little bit. So she excuses herself to the bathroom, and that's, of course, where she goes to call Siobhan. She just kind of lets it out, and we kind of get more in tune of what Anna's insecurities truly are. She feels like maybe she's just too old to have a baby. She's only 36. I mean, I don't understand. I don't really see people as old until they're in their hundreds, but to each their own. But Anna feels like she's kind of old and dried up. So dried up that there's like no eggs in there. And then what if she's so dry that she just gives birth to spiders? That's whenever Siobhan tells her, oh, well, don't worry. If you give birth to spiders, I'll love those little spider babies like they were my own. That was a great catch there. Another thing with spiders. And I'm really looking forward to see how this progresses. Anna goes back to the table, and then later Anna and Dex are in bed. Anna has her calendar pulled up online on her phone, and she literally sees the time for her appointment the next day change from one to another. And she flips out. I was about to say she freaks out, but I'm trying to say flips as well. And she calls the clinic and tries to rechange her appointment. And the doctor's like, look, what's going on? She tries to explain to him that, you know, somebody could possibly be messing with her. He's like, okay, look, fine, whatever you say, why don't you just come in an hour before the appointment time? And she says, okay, great, that'll be fine. So Anna goes to meet Siobhan because she needs to get dressed and ready because she's meeting with and having an interview with Andy Cohen. And I thought that was really funny that Watch What Happens Live was on this episode. So during the actual taping of the show, Anna sees Miss Preacher out there in the audience. It kind of freaks her out, but she manages to kind of recatch herself and continues with the interview. On the way home from the show, Anna pulls up her internet and she actually starts doing a little search about Miss Preacher and finds that Miss Preacher has posted that the picture of Anna that she took outside of the fertility clinic. When Anna gets home afterwards, she is alone and she has this overwhelming sensation that somebody else is in the house. When she's in the kitchen and she sees that instead of using her online calendar now, she's using Post-it notes to put things around the house, not using her calendar in case somebody is having access to it. But when she gets home, the appointment that she has put on the refrigerator, the Post-it has been ripped in half and put back up, which prompts Anna to realize there is somebody in the house. Immediately, Anna is scared. She calls Dex. She asks him, where are you? And he says, hey, I'm at my opening. Don't you remember? And she says, well, why didn't you say anything? And he says, well, we agreed it was too much for you. And she's scared being all by herself in the house. And she says, you know what? I'm okay. I'm going to come meet you. And Cookie says hi again. Hi, baby. She says, I'm going to come meet you at the party. And it is extremely weird. The new woman's name is Sonia, and she absolutely is Addie. They're the same character. But the way she sneaks up on Anna and the way she treats her, it's just so crazy. I just thought their interaction and Sonia was either she's a red herring or there is something about her that we're going to know soon. Sonia is your quintessential artist who will use her own body products to make art. I mean, to each their own. Right on, to each their own. But I found her to be very freaky deaky. Anna goes to have the embryos implanted because they got the call that there were actually 2 embryos. Anna goes for the implantation, and before she's put under, she sees these women in black. I believe one of them is Miss Preacher, surrounding her before she goes out. When Anna wakes up from the procedure, that's when the show actually starts from the beginning. Because when she wakes up, that's when somebody is in her bed, tilting their head to the side, and then they run out, and Anna runs after them, can't catch them, but whenever she goes back, she sees the red all over her, and it's not blood, thank goodness. It is actually red lipstick. And when she goes to the mirror, the woman has written in red lipstick, "Don't do it, Anna," on the mirror, which is so creepy. So my overall thoughts on this episode was, it was a pretty good opener. I mean, it could have been worse, and it wasn't. I did not have high expectations for it. I just wanted to look at what the show presented us. And I thought it was decent. I would absolutely rate the episode a 6 for Kim Kardashian not sucking. Emma Roberts serving as Anna Alcott, she actually really seemed to capture Anna's essence that I picked up on from the book. Also, Matt Sersney did a great job in being Dex. I thought the show did a great job as well in bringing in some supernatural elements to it. I wonder if the women in black are from Coven, or they could be possibly scum. They could be from the apocalypse. Who knows? I just hope they're not from the apocalypse. However, it was really crazy because the opening credits gave you so many apocalypse vibes because it was just basically all in red and black. And then Sonia's painting in this episode, she did it from her own menstrual blood, guys. Wow, I mean, that's dedication. I gotta say, snaps to her for dedication, but thumbs down for the grossness. I don't know who would buy that, but cheers to you if that's your thing. But her painting was also very red and black. The tones are there. Also, the show itself was also very dark. And I apologize, the light is now coming through on my face, so it's so crazy. The tone itself was extremely dark. It was not the happy, oh yay, I'm having a baby, I want to have a baby, kind of happy-go-lucky that you would see on a normal woman who wants to have a baby. No, this is hard, and it's disgusting, especially whenever they pull out the wand, because of course now, those of us who have had babies or had gynecological checkups, excuse me, you know you get that wand, and then when they put the condom on it, they just made it so realistic with the snapping of the condoms and the snapping of the latex rubber gloves. I thought it was definitely decent. It was worth the watch. And if you guys haven't read the book, it does do a great job in setting it all up. Again, it does look like that certain characters have been merged, certain characters put out. And so far, I think it's okay what they're doing with it. So again, I give it a 6. I am ready to see what the next episode will bring. So thank you guys all so much for watching my review. I want to know what you guys thought of this episode down in the comments below, please. If there's anything you caught, let me know as well, because of course, you know, theories. I just put out one regarding Sexy Scathach, so that is already up, and the possibility of Sexy Scathach returning to this season, because it's highly possible that she can. The door has been opened, in my opinion, for her to come back. So I'm really looking forward to seeing if that can actually happen. Weekly Wednesday live streams will start coming back. I do apologize. I've just been very busy as a mom. Of course, thank you all so much for watching and for your comments and your opinions. Leave your ratings and all that stuff below. I really appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to. You can also come back, take your shoes off, and check out another video if you'd like. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. And as usual, beware of our girl, Sexy Scathach. Say gorginus! Hello, everyone, and welcome to my freak show. As usual, we're doing things a little different this season. Let's look at episode 2 of AHS 12 Delicate. This episode is titled Rockabye. The episode picks up with the end of episode 1. Anna has called the police. They've looked into security. Dex is now home with the dogs. They see Dex leave the apartment, but they see nobody come in. They asked Anna, like, how did you get the lipstick all over your hands? Did you recognize the person? Why didn't your dogs bark? Which it was weird. The person who was in there didn't alert her dogs. I thought that was really weird because obviously then the person knows her dogs. And what I thought was really weird too was that Dex was wearing Anna's pink hat. If you guys don't remember, Anna wore that hat in episode 1, and it seems like Dex was wearing it in this episode. The police, they asked Dex, did you see anybody? And he says no. They asked Dex, do you know anybody who would have wanted to break in? He says no. So the police are like, okay, well, we'll just keep an eye out. And I forgot to mention in my previous review that when Anna, after she chased the person off and she went back and she found the stuff written on the mirror, there was also the picture of her embryos before they were planted into her. Somebody had taken that picture and ripped it apart. And then we cut to the next day where Anna goes to meet Siobhan. And as soon as Anna steps into the office, everybody is clapping. They're so excited for her because it is revealed that Anna has been nominated for an Oscar. And she goes the door into Siobhan's office. And I have to say, that whole scene was the best. Now, Anna is like, when she meets Siobhan, she's got this little red pimple on her face, which I thought was kind of weird. I wondered if that was supposed to be intentional because I didn't think the makeup crew would like let that slip by. I loved Kim's performance in this section right here because Anna is like, oh, yay. And then when Siobhan like takes her back into her office, she's like, what the F? You know, why does your face look like a cat's a-hole when you come in and you hear you're getting nominated for an Oscar? I mean, she just went to town on Anna's character. Like, oh my God, she was telling her too about how one guy, how everybody in the office worked so hard to get Anna all this publicity, and that one guy's jaw will never recover because of all of the blowers and mowers that he's been giving. And I have to say, I felt that so hard. Siobhan tells Anna, look, you got to get it together. If you really want this award and you really want to be grateful to us for everything we've done for you, you're going to actually try to win this award. So Siobhan gives her a vial of B12, which, okay, sometimes tricky on the stomach. So Anna does throw it up later, sadly. And that's whenever she notices that her little red bump is like really getting worser. And that segues us into the opening credit. Now, after Anna vomits, she goes on ahead and she calls Dr. Hill's office, which Cora answers. And Cora knows about the break-in. She knows about everything. And Anna's like, did I tell you? And Cora says, yeah, of course. You told me this yesterday. Anna's like, just please put on Dr. Hill. And you can hear Dr. Hill in the background telling Cora, no. I don't want to talk to her. And Cora's like, okay, hang on. And Dr. Hill's like, fine. And then he picks up the phone. He's like, Anna! Anna asks him if it's possible that she could be pregnant. And he says, absolutely not. It takes 2 weeks for the implantation to, like, for the hormones to gestate from the implantations. So he said that he absolutely recommends not taking a pregnancy test until for 14 days. And then she'd be able to take one. During that time as well, Miss Preacher has also posted more things online about Anna. And people are starting to say, like, oh my God, this woman does not deserve a baby, that kind of thing. Now, Anna is standing there at the oven, and I thought this was a great way to show how much time had passed. Anna is standing there, and she's making like a tomato bisque, and then all of a sudden, the camera pans to Anna's face, and then it pans back down, and she's making a different colored soup. And there's a calendar right by her as well. And the calendar also has the days marked off. So when it first looked at the tomato soup, the days on the calendar was like, first day. And then when Anna goes to look back at the calendar and you see the soup is a different color, it also says that that day, it's been 14 days since the moment that Anna started making this soup. It's like, wow. I mean, this poor woman is really losing all sense of time at this point. When Dex tells her, hey, let's take a pregnancy test, she's like, wait, we can't. We have to wait 2 weeks. And he's like, Anna, it's been 2 weeks. She looks at the calendar and she sees, indeed, it has been 2 weeks. So they take the test and happy, they are pregnant. Yay! They go to Dr. Hill, have it confirmed. Anna goes home, and that is where Siobhan meets her because they have an awards banquet that night. And Siobhan has brought her the dress that Madonna has worn from the music awards, which I wonder if that was actually like true. Okay, so sorry. I actually did look it up, and it was the 1991 Oscars that Madonna wore a Bob Mackie dress. It's obviously not the same, but the show says that it is. I do have to say that the scene was kind of iconic because Emma and Kim do the dance from, they're doing the song and everything from Madonna's Oscar performance from 1991. If those of you out there are even young enough to remember that. But I mean, it was a really good section. And I thought Kim also did a really good job in, again, playing herself. But while they are singing, the mirror breaks, causing both of them to be like, huh, oh my God, this is crazy. So now we're at the Oscars. Anna is there in Madonna's dress. She looks gorgeous. And then she sees not like her rival or arch enemy, but the show is trying to make you think that this is, the newer, younger version of Anna. Babette! When she asks Anna who did her dress, Anna tells her like it's vintage. Madonna wore it to the 1991 Oscars. Freaking Babette says, oh, I'll have to Google it. I wasn't born then. You YouTube that, Babette, and I hope you find this. So Anna's in the bathroom. Okay, she needs to take a little break before her category comes up, and this woman comes into the bathroom. And she says, "Oh, and oh God, I'm a big fan." She wasn't physically fit. She had on this gaudy makeup. She had this gaudy teeth. And it was like, "Great, thanks. Deuces." The woman like won't take no for an answer. She's like, Are you nervous? I'm nervous." Everybody has gone in the bathroom. Anna starts getting nauseous and she runs into the bathroom to vomit. And that's when the woman follows her. And she puts her hand on Anna's tummy, and she's like, "Baby." Anna's like, "Leave my baby alone." And she pushes the woman back. The woman falls and hits her head on the sink counter. She falls back and her blood is leaking out everywhere. And what does Anna do, guys? She says to the woman, "I'm sorry." And then she walks out. She just walks out because her section is coming up. Her award section is coming up. So when she leaves the bathroom, Babette's like, "Good luck." Anna's like, "Man, you too." Anna sits in her seat and she's like looking at the door, making sure nobody goes in there. She wins the award. But I love it that Zachary Quinto was the award giver, and he's the one who gave Anna the award. So anyway, Anna goes up there and she is giving her speech, and then she starts feeling kind of bad. And then she starts throwing up, and she's throwing up like black goo almost. And while she's doing that, nobody is helping her. I don't understand. Everybody, even Dex and Siobhan, are sitting there just like, "Really, girl? Really?" That's when she noticed somebody was walking to the woman's restroom, which is where the body was. And Anna's like, "No, don't go in there." I have to say, I loved that part. It was so great. It was so cool. When somebody's going in there, she's like, "Don't go in there." She faints. And when she comes to, she's laying on a gurney. Dex is over her, and she's actually in like the vestibule right outside the bathroom. And she's like, "Don't go in the bathroom. Nobody go in there. Nobody go in there." And they're like, "What are you talking about? What's wrong with the bathroom?" And she looks in the bathroom and there's no woman there. Cooksey says hi. Where'd she go? What happened? Was she real? And it was also while Anna was giving her speech, her acceptance speech, that she saw the dead woman out in the crowd, and she also saw this preacher, and so it made everything spin. And then that's when Anna got sick. So something weird is definitely going on here. So Anna kind of passes out, and when she wakes up, she's back at the house, and Siobhan is with her, and she's like, "It's okay. You passed out. We brought you back here to sleep. It's okay. Rockabye baby on the treetop." I have to give it to her. It was definitely creepy. I enjoyed Kim's performance more in this episode, especially with the beginning, with the Gorginas and the PJs and all that stuff. Everything has made Anna so crazed that Talia has offered Anna and Dex her extra house for them to go stay at. And that's when Dex says, "Hey, we're going to be so close to my mom," while they're on the way to Talia's house. Anna's like, "Oh, great." And Dex is like, "Hey, don't worry. She's not going to come bother us. That's the last thing she's going to do." They get there and they meet Kamal. I'm so excited that we finally get Kamal. Kamal is her personal security guard. So while Anna and Dex are having dinner, she goes to get something from the kitchen. And that's when she opens the silverware drawer and sees Dex and Addie and Talia and her wife in a picture in the silverware drawer. It's kind of pushed up underneath. Anna pulls it out. She looks at it and she's like, "Wow, I guess the two women really do look alike." And you as a viewer get to see, Sonia and Addie. Wow, they really do look alike. And they go to bed. And then during the night, Anna hears noises coming from downstairs. Kamal sees her and he's like, "Miss Alcott, what can I do? What can I do to help you?" And she says, "Dude, I heard noises down in the basement." And he says, "Okay, I'll go check it out because we don't have cameras down there." Ooh, I wonder why there's no cameras in the basement. That gave me chills. So Kamal goes down there. Anna does go down there and they just see a bunch of Talia's old stuff that she had. Either it's Talia's baby stuff or it is Talia's stuff from her babies. One thing I forgot to say in the review is that Siobhan had an IVF fertility journey. and hers did not work out. So Anna asks her a couple of times, look, are you sure it's okay for me to be telling you about my journey? I know that yours failed. Siobhan tells her, look, it's okay. Just because my journey failed doesn't mean that I won't be here for you. While having a yoga class, Anna starts having cramps in her stomach. And that's whenever Kamal rushes her to the hospital. While in the hospital, Anna is given a sonogram by a nurse. And of course, the nurse is played by Cara Delevingne. The nurse's name is Ivy, and Anna kind of recognizes her because we see her as the woman that's kind of been following Anna around recently. She gives Anna the ultrasound and tells her, okay, I'm going to go find a doctor. But before anybody comes back in, Anna feels a lot of pain, goes into the bathroom, and loses the baby. And the episode ends with Anna and Dex mourning the loss of their baby and the emergency room doctor telling them that there was not a nurse named Ivy there in the hospital, leaving everything like, woo, what's going on? Okay, so I definitely give this episode better than the first because it was better than the first. I liked Kim Kardashian's performance better, especially in the beginning. Oh my God. Again, they just did a great job in making her her. I think Emma did a really good job encapsulating what Anna was going through and what was demonstrated in the book. Just going along for the story, I'm kind of enjoying myself. I hope it picks up though in the creepiness. I gotta say, I need it to pick up. I need something a little bit more than this. I need something to hold on to and want to move on to the next episode. I mean, I want to move on to the next episode. Yeah. But at this point, I need something more, guys. I need something more. Do you guys need something more? Because I need something more. I give this episode a 6.5. Okay. Hopefully it'll start turning up a little bit more, but I absolutely loved the part where Anna was in the bathroom with the fan and then she killed her. I was like, whoa, that came out of like left field. I enjoyed that moment. Are they trying to say that Anna's having visions or that somebody is giving her these visions? I'm really looking forward to that. I just need more of the bathroom episode, the bathroom section that we got this episode. If they'll give us more of that, I think I'm going to enjoy this season. So let me know what your favorite moment was this episode. Let me know what your rating was and what you guys like and dislike about the episode and the season so far. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you all so dearly. And of course, beware of our girl Sexy Scathach. Hello everyone and welcome to my freak show. I am Mary Girl Moody and today let's review episode 3 of AHS Delicate titled When the Bow Breaks. Now I absolutely have a lot of feels on this episode. I don't know about y'all, but I am absolutely ready for this review. So let's jump into the synopsis first. Anna and Dex have left the hospital. I don't remember exactly what was said about the nurse, but Anna's just like, look, they're going to think I'm crazy. But it's not a coincidence that this nurse gives me an ultrasound and then like 30 seconds later I miscarry. Dex is just trying to come to placate her and let her know, look, it just doesn't happen. He asks her, what do you want to do now? And she says, well, I want to try again. Don't you? And he says, yes, but I want to wait just a little bit. And this leads Anna and Dex kind of into a little bit of a tiff. And Anna asks Kamal to stop the car and she goes into the woods. And he just lets her go. She is being stalked and harassed by somebody and she just wants to walk into the woods. And he's like, okay. Where she comes across a pile of rocks and they're kind of like lit on fire or something. But Mrs. Preacher is just like up doing her like teenage thing up in the tree. She's just hanging out up there, like just looking at Anna. And she tells her, I've been looking for you. And instead of just confronting her and asking her, why, what do you want, or anything like that, Anna turns around and runs, which, okay, I understand. I'm a little older. Maybe I would handle things differently, but I want to know what you guys would have done at that point. Sure, we were scared, absolutely, but what would you have done? Would you have just straight up run away from Miss Preacher? Or would you have just stood there a little longer and asked her, why have you been looking for me? What is it you want? Or like I said, would you have just turned around and run away? Let me know in the comments. All right, so Again, Anna turns around, runs away, and she goes home, and Dex is there. And it's been maybe like 4 hours since Anna left Dex and Kamal, that she's been in the woods. And Dex is like, I've been so worried. I had no idea where you were. He's like, everybody's been out searching for you. So Anna is like, well, why were you so worried? And he tells her that the doctor at the hospital gave her a sedative after the miscarriage. Anna asks a very damn good question finally. And she says, then why did you let me just walk off into the woods, Dex? When you know I've had this heavy sedative, why did you just let me go into the woods? And he used that stupid excuse, I didn't know what to do. So Anna tells Dex and Kamal, because Kamal has entered the house at this time. He's very thankful that Anna is safe. She tells them about the woman in the wood, Mrs. Preacher in the woods and the fire. They go to where she saw it, which I'm really surprised Anna can just recall where she saw this woman in the woods that she's never really been to before, but she must have a better memory than myself. But there's nothing there. No Miss Preacher, there's no rocks, there's no fire, there's nothing. Of course, Kamal and Dax don't believe Anna, but there was one thing I did forget to mention in my other review, which I'm not exactly sure at this point if I mentioned it, but Anna has this little tiny red spot on her face. It was very small and faint, maybe in the second episode. And I thought to myself, oh my God, like, makeup didn't just cover that pimple. It's just so prominent in episode 2, and it definitely was not there in episode 1. And then I thought, okay, well, that's obviously not a makeup mistake. That must be something that is important to the episode. And it is, because in this episode, it starts getting bigger. As the episode progresses, that little red tiny dot that you think is just a little pimple that's coming out, it is not. It's getting bigger. So in the next clip, Anna has fallen asleep after she has been looking up on social media and just overwhelms herself with it. She takes a little nap. And when she wakes up, she is standing actually in her bathroom with Dex in the bed. So again, time has passed significantly for her and she does not remember it. Now, the weirdest thing happens next. I don't even know that it's coming out of my mouth. Anna hears noises downstairs and she goes down and we have MJ Rodriguez, awesome, playing Nicolette, who is Talia's house manager, basically. But she's using the breast pump. And she turns around and she sees Anna. She's like, oh, I didn't know you were there. I'm just over here using your breast pump. Nicolette claims that she is a single mother to her 8-week-old baby. While she's talking to Nicolette, Anna sees a basket of like fruit from this person, Hamish. I guess he was the director of her film, The Auteur, that she's so famous for. I do like the spunky little connection between Kim Kardashian and him. She just tells him like it is. I bet you it's like one of those love-fuck relationships. You know what I mean. So she goes to Dex and she's like, dude, how does this guy know where we are? We said that we weren't going to tell anybody. But he says, I didn't think it would be bad to tell this guy. Seriously, Dex literally has no sense of logic. Now, at this time, Dex takes notice of the little red spot that's on Anna's face, and Anna's mind flashes back to Cara Delevingne when she was in the hospital with her in the previous episode, and that she had a small little dimple as well, which in the book, Siobhan, the book character, had a birthmark in the shape of a small hand under her chin, which supposedly that marked the sign of a witch. So I'm wondering if this is the substitute from the book to the show regarding that little birthmark, supposedly. Now, at this point, I don't know if Dex was actually trying to be nice or if he was just trying to push Anna off on someone else. But he suggests that he's getting up because he's going to call Siobhan and have her come over to visit Anna because it seems that Anna really needs some girl time. So Dex gets up to go call Siobhan. Anna turns around and then all of a sudden Siobhan is right there. So again, Anna has lost time and actually she has eaten all of the candy and the fruit and everything that was left for her by Hamish. And it's really actually endearing to see the friendship between Siobhan and Anna, that Siobhan is actually there for her, telling her, look, I do support you and I know exactly what you're going through. And that is really what Anna needs at that point. So she cooks Anna a nice, fresh, organic meal, and the two go walking out on the beach, and Anna finds a summer day doll in the beach in the sand. And as Anna and Siobhan walk away from the beach with Kamal, two of the women are actually standing back in the beach, all dressed in black with these big, like, you know, deer antlers. And it's so obvious that they're there, but obviously the three of them don't see them. But they're there. They're watching over Anna and Siobhan. She also convinces Anna in their time together that Dex is not having an affair with Sonia, regardless of the fact that Sonia looks just exactly like his dead ex-wife. The woman in the hospital did not cause her miscarriage. People are not watching her. There's not a conspiracy against her. Now, this was the section that I truly enjoyed in the episode. After Siobhan leaves, Anna goes downstairs into the basement. She's got some wine and she sees Talia's like baby items. So she starts going through the photo albums and flipping through the pictures, looking at her clothes. She actually crawls up and falls asleep, I guess drunkenly, on the basement floor. When Anna wakes up, she hears a noise coming from that little door downstairs in the basement. And I don't know if I mentioned that in a previous review. I don't even remember if they had mentioned it before, but I don't understand. Anna goes to the door, she opens this little door, and she starts crawling inside. Okay, she will not stand there and ask Miss Preacher way out in the woods that she obviously knows where she is, where there's fire and there's open area. She won't stand there and talk to Miss Preacher, but she'll crawl at a tiny microscopic hole to go investigate a hole in the wall. Have that make sense to me? She continues to crawl, and then the ceiling rises, so she stands up and she starts walking down even more narrow corridors. She sees, like, in one space, like, little fetuses kept in jars. It's very disjarring that she will keep going forward. And then Anna comes to an old school looking gynecological exam table. Guys, I don't know about y'all. Comment below, please. But I would have noped the fuck out of there at the sound coming from the little door. I would never have opened that door. I would never have gone forward. How Anna did not do that. It kept going closer like, oh, what is this crazy contraption I see here? Oh my God. Okay, at this point, I don't really like how they're writing Anna, but I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying Anna's bad decision, if that makes sense. Girl, Anna finally sees the words Satan written on the wall and finally nopes the fuck out of there. But that's sadly when she is taken by the women that are all dressed in the black with all the horns and shit, which I don't know how they did knock into the ceiling. I mean, that's gotta be weird, having like those big, like eagle horns that are feathered and shit coming out of your head. How do you walk around in that little tiny place with those big ass horns? I don't get it, but it's the show. We'll just go with it. So the women get Anna into the chair and they inject her with something while they're chanting from a very well-known season, Apocalypse. They're chanting the Avante Satana, you know, that chant. Then Anna goes to sleep, wakes up in the basement outside the door, obviously back where she went to sleep. So she wakes up, sees the little door and that it's closed, and finally she nopes the hell out of there. Runs the fuck away, finally. Now Anna runs to get out of the basement, but it is locked. Dex thankfully is there, opens the door for her, and he's like, what are you doing? So she tells him, look, I shouldn't have gotten drunk and I shouldn't have went downstairs, but I did. I had this terrible dream and I felt something move in my stomach. I felt the baby move. And of course, he does not believe her. Now, as Anna and Dex are talking, she trips over the summer day doll that she found earlier at the beach. Dex looks at it and he's like, what is up with this? So she tells him that she found it at the beach, and tries to explain to him that a 15-year-old discontinued doll with pins in its stomach that looks like his wife is not a coincidence. It was left by her stalker, which he feels is unlikely. Oh my God! Dex is either choosing specifically not to see the clues, or he's in on it and he's trying to basically gaslight her into believing that there's nothing going on when there actually is. So that's just my feeling. It's very infuriating at this point to see how Dex is treating her. So at this point, I do feel a little terrible about some of the things that I've judged Dex on, but not too bad. However, he does break down and let Anna know, look, this was my baby too. So she holds him, they have some private time together, and the next morning Anna wakes up and she calls her doctor and lets him know, look, I'm still having pregnancy symptoms. Is it possible I was misdiagnosed? He says no. He agrees. So, okay, come on in a few weeks and we'll check out. We'll see what's going on. So while Anna is standing there talking to Nicolette, her gums start to bleed. Anna goes to the bathroom and of course her gums are absolutely bleeding, and she Googles it, and sure enough, bleeding gums is an early symptom, a sign of early pregnancy. So she's very happy. Okay, so people not taking Anna seriously about the pregnancy leads her to go to the drugstore where they have the baby sound monitors there. And sadly, that place does not have one, though Anna does see the antler women there. I guess I should take my hair and start doing it up like that, so that way I can start matching them. That would be so sexy. Though nobody else sees the women. However, they don't have the monitors, but the woman does feel Anna's stomach, which I thought her stomach, I think I just got done saying her stomach looked so small, but she actually is starting to look about maybe 3 to 4 months pregnant. She's got a little small tummy to her. And the clerk puts her hands on Anna's tummy, and sure enough, she can feel the baby and feel him kicking. And she says, yes, your baby is a kicker, which this surprises Anna and makes her incredibly happy. But as Anna is leaving the drugstore, she sees Sonia standing on the side of the road. She gets out to go to confront Sonia, I guess talk to her. And that's when Dex walks up to Sonia. Now, Sonia straight up sees Anna. She knows she's standing there. The two make eye contact, and Sonia even smiles at her. But Dex walks up to Sonia and says, son. So I guess that's his little nickname for her. And the two of them walk into this place together. And that's when Anna turns right around and goes back into the car with Kamal. So Anna is sitting back in the car, and then she sees, I believe it's Cara Delevingne again, outside the window before they've taken off. She tells Kamal, he goes out, doesn't see her, and she's like, well, I told you somebody was following me. So she goes back to her online calendar, changes back the password, types in the calendar title, what do you want? The person replies back to Anna almost immediately and tells her, I want to warn you. And then another one is underneath that says, they did something to your baby. Anna replies back, did they kill my baby? They reply back with, your baby isn't dead. And Anna sits down and she's like, oh my God, yay. And at the same time, she's also sniffing something incredibly delicious. And she goes to the end of the actual back lanai, and she looks over and she sees a dead animal that's all maggoty infested and stuff. She's repulsed yet hungry all at the same time. And while that's happening, Nicolette is looking on at Anna and watching her. Okay, so here are my final thoughts on the episode. I liked the episode, though I hated all those reasons that I listed before in the review of what they did with Dex. They tried to make him human when he was talking about the baby, but they had it for such a short time that it was very difficult for me to associate with him in any way, shape, or form, or even sympathize with him. So I wish that they would have focused on that just a little bit more. The one where Anna goes downstairs in the basement and actually goes through that little door, but she won't actually talk to Miss Preacher outside in the open air in the light. Again, it did not make sense to me, but it was a nice little scary scene that just seemed to be hodgepodged in there. I mean, it was a confusing yet decent episode. I'm gonna give it a 5. It had, some pretty, decent acting from Emma Roberts. Again, I will have to see how this whole season plays out in order to see if I like Dex's character or not in any shape, way, or form, because right now I don't. Kim Kardashian's doing okay still. And the storyline is okay. I just hope I want it to progress a little further. It's episode 3. I mean, we only have 2 episodes left before the actual season finale. I want this to progress a little further, a little faster. So I'm looking forward to that. But again, it's decent. I give it a 5. I'm looking forward to watching the next couple of episodes. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions were in the comments and what your ratings were. Again, maybe I wasn't as generous to this episode, but I was just pretty fed up with the fact that there's so much evidence in front of Dex. And if he was truly a loving and caring partner, he would have actually listened to Anna rather than just dismissing it and saying, this is very highly unlikely. Thank you for watching again. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like. If not, come back, take your shoes off, and just enjoy the content. Y'all are the best, and don't forget about sexy Scathage out there just watching all of us. Hello everyone, and welcome to my freak show. Today we are going to talk about episode 4 of AHS Delicate, titled Vanishing Twin. Now this episode opens in Hampton Court, England, 1555. And based on the time, I assume that this is Elizabeth, who is Anne Boleyn's daughter, and her older sister, who is Queen Mary Tudor. And Mary has given birth to a child herself, no doctor, and won't let anyone in her room to see her or the baby. Now, her sister Elizabeth has arrived and has insisted on seeing her sister. And while she's in the room with her, voices start from a dark corner. And of course, the voices chant the Satan song, and the witches in black appear in the corner. Leslie Grossman and Billy Lord are the witches, and they tell Mary that it is time. Billy Lord gives us a little exposition and says that the baby has been waiting over 6,000 years to be born. And then, when the baby raises its hand up as if to say, hey, that's me, it's the same fucking hand as the baby from Apocalypse. I am not gonna lie. This is disappointing. This is another Antichrist. Another Antichrist. Basically, it seems that Mary has made a promise that in exchange for this baby, she will be given a fruitful reign. Elizabeth basically sticks her nose down on this and telling the witches that she's never going to be that desperate, come to that same decision. And the witches tell her, yeah, your time's gonna come. And she says, nope, it will not. I will never make this choice. So the witches cast a spell of, barrenness on her. Not like a, barrenness as like a title, but she's barren. She can't have kids. So the witches leave with the baby, and Mary forces her sister from the room, and that's all we get of this section of the episode. The actual show starts with Anna confronting Dex about seeing him with Sonia earlier in the previous episode. Now, he says that he was meeting Sonia for work. Now, Anna also tells Dex about her and Kamal seeing Miss Preacher, and she insists that Miss Preacher is the one who's probably been hacking into her online app, stalking her, leaving the dolls, doing all that stuff. And Dex reminds her that Cora at the clinic told them that Miss Preacher is always there spewing her conspiracy theories. Now, Anna doesn't remember Dex being there when Cora said that, but Dex insisted that he was. Now, you know your girl here. I went back to the episode and I checked. And in episode 2, timestamp 7:25, 7 minutes, 25 seconds, Anna is in Siobhan's office in her business building. And Anna goes into the conference room at Siobhan's office to call Cora. So Dex lied. He was obviously not there. Both Dex and Anna at this point just agree to let it go, and they're going to go see Dr. Hill the next morning. Afterwards, Anna is called by the smell of the dead raccoon outside. So she wraps it up in a blanket, picks it up, and brings it inside the house. Nicolette catches her with it, and Anna says, look, I'm just an animal lover. I was just trying to see if I could nurse it back to health before it died. Anna has done lost her damn mind, y'all. She puts this baby, sorry, it's not a baby, but it's a dead raccoon. She treats it like a baby. She puts it in Talia's old bassinet, which is still in the basement. I can't believe she still went back down there. So the next day, Anna is meeting with Siobhan. The Ashleys are there, and this is our girls, Billy Lord and Leslie Grossman, and they are a team of top crisis experts. I loved it, guys. I loved how they ripped Anna's character apart. It was absolutely hilarious. So far, Anna declines their offer to make a viral video in like taking back her feminine power, but that will change. Later, Anna is taking Kamal through the house and she notices all of the security cameras that he has now installed. And surprise, surprise, the mother-in-law that Dex insists that Anna will never see because she'll never show up, shows up as a surprise in Anna's bathroom using her beauty products. Ew! Dex's mother is named Virginia, and she says that she's there to help Dex and Anna through the terrible time of the break-in. Then she kicks Anna out of her own bathroom so she can talk to her son, and has the nerve to say that Anna is the one that's uptight. The gall of this bitch here. He tells his mother Anna just miscarried their baby and to be nice. Virginia says that basically she's there to ask Dex to help her because she's gonna sue Dex's father, her husband, and needs his testimony to help her case. Like I said, this bitch got some fucking nerve to ask for some shit like that. Degrades his wife, downs her, kicks her out of the room, and then has the nerve to say she's the uptight one, and then ask her son to go against his father. Back in Anna's bedroom, her hair starts falling out again, and the mirror with the lipstick on it that says, "Don't do it, Anna," it drives her crazy, so she basically smashes the mirror. And I gotta say, that's a lot of bad luck. I'm just saying, I wouldn't have done that, maybe just taken it out of the room, but Anna's at that point, that edge, and I totally understand. At the office, Dr. Hill finds a heartbeat in Anna's uterus. Dr. Hill explains that the sudden reason why the baby is there is that Anna was pregnant with twins and lost one of the babies. So it's called the vanishing twin syndrome. Now, regardless, Anna is still happy until she sees, Nurse Ivy in the parking garage, and of course she disappears before anybody can see her. Now, my lord, guys, I was right. Of course, I'm so used to saying that, but I was so right about Siobhan and Hamish. They are totally hate fucking. Oh yeah. This poor guy is in love with her. Okay, but she is definitely not in love with him. And Siobhan implies that there is something behind the idea of the movie that nobody can know about, but we don't get any more information on that in this episode. So we need to talk about the viral video that the Ashleys set up for Anna. Remember when I said that Anna changes her mind? Yes, she does, and she goes to take her feminine power back. That video was so hilarious that those of you who know my channel, you know what's coming. You know what's coming. I'm excited for it. Dex and Virginia are basically having lunch and a little chat. Virginia tells Dex that her husband, his father, satanically abused her. And she said that her husband drugged her and violated her in heinous ways, in certain ways that she doesn't know. But there were photographs, I guess, and video taken. Wow, that's awful. So back at home, Nicolette congratulates Anna on being pregnant and gives her a bouquet of roses that were just delivered. Now, Nicolette mentions that being pregnant means that you're like part of a sisterhood. And it was a very sweet, catchable moment. So I know that's definitely going to come back to bite us one day. Now, Anna reads the card on the roses. It's from an unknown person. And the card says that you can't trust any of them. And that dot on Anna's face is noticeably getting bigger. Later that night, Anna goes to the fridge and sees pickles and ice cream in the freezer. She also finds that picture of Dex and his late wife, Addie, and Talia and her wife in the kitchen. Afterwards, Anna goes back down to the devil basement again, and she hears voices from the other side of the tiny door, and she tries to open it, but it's locked. And when she's trying to pull it open, she falls back and she hits her head. When she wakes up, flies are surrounding her little dead raccoon baby, and her gums are bleeding again. Guys, I really love Anna, but this girl is a big mess. Anna checks her phone and sees that the Golden Globe nominees for Best Actress in a Drama are announced, and Anna is a nominee. Right then, she starts munching down on her dead baby. I kid you not. I did not need to see that. It was a gross moment. It added an extra point to the episode. I thought this episode was okay. I enjoyed the introduction of the Ashleys, but I think that was almost one of the enjoyments that I got, other than Anna's take back viral video. That was a very great moment. The whole My Body, the whole video itself, I agree with it, absolutely. I just thought that the way that they did it was hilarious. One thing that I really absolutely liked was how Dex tried to gaslight Anna, because it's those little things like that. For people like us who know that what we saw in a previous episode, and we go back and we check it and we know that he's lying, we have to also take it under advisement that Anna is a unreliable narrator too at this point. She's had way too many blackouts. She's missing way too many hours. I tend to believe that Anna is reliable and that we can believe in the course of events that have happened based upon how she sees them, because I believe that is the truth. What do you guys think? Do you think Anna is unreliable, or do you think that her version of events is the truth? Let me know in the comments. I liked the little section with Nicolette. I love how they're integrating MJ Rodriguez more in the season. One thing I hated, and I know all of you did too, and we have to talk about very quickly, was the beginning. Guys, I love this show. You know me, I love this show. I will love this show even at its worst. But now they're testing me. I don't want another Antichrist baby. If they turn this baby out to be someone other than the Antichrist, I'm going to be so happy. Maybe as a rebirth of male Scathach. I don't care. But not the Antichrist. Not again. And this episode, even though at certain points it was all right, had certain things that I liked, that beginning just crushed everything. That little hand coming up and looking exactly like the Antichrist baby, I just lost all hope. I think that's one thing that all fans are all together on. We're done with Murder House and we're done with Antichrist babies. We're done. We're done with it. Pick something new. They had such an opportunity to pick something new with Danielle Valentine's book. And what did they do? They chose, so far what it looks like, to go back to Satan. It's just so overdone, and oh man, I kind of wish that they would have went a different way. If they were going to bring back the witches, at least bring back the witches from Roanoke. Maybe not necessarily from Coven, but a different Coven. So with that in mind, I give this episode, I mean, it would have landed in a 3, but due to the extra point of Anna eating the raccoon, the disgustingness gave it the extra point, so it's getting a 4. What do you guys rate the episode? I'm so sorry that I feel like this, but I really feel terrible that the show did this. I'm hoping that maybe the next episode will be a little better, but it seems like this is the way that they're going with the show. Still love the show. I'm just a little disappointed that the Antichrist comes back again for like literally the 5th time. A 12-season show. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I love you all so much. I'll see you in the next review. And of course, beware out there of your girl's sexy Scathach. Hello everyone, welcome back to my freak show. I am Mary Girl Moody, and today we're going to talk about AHS Delicate Episode 5, Preacher. Now, this episode opens in Manhattan in 1987. Dr. Hill and, of course, the Antler Chicks in black are back, and they're helping Miss Preacher give birth, as per their agreement. And he says it's going to be a long night, but the baby is suddenly born. Now it's the Hamptons, 2023. Dex and Virginia are walking on the beach, and she keeps asking him to testify for her, but he says he didn't see anything. She says that she just wants him to testify as a character witness only. He refuses, and she says that he will regret not believing in her. Bitch! Oh, guys. This is awesome. Siobhan is now representing Babette, Anna's rival, and her best actress, category nomination, and in life. Oh my God, that was awesome to see that opening scene, and Babette's like, ooh. She takes one of the pastries out, and she's like, may I? Licks it, and she's like, oh, I better not, and puts it back. Wow. That was true petty behavior that I approve of. I hate Babette as a character, but this scene was really great. Taylor Richardson is such a fantastic actress. And I love how AHS writes good characters to hate. And man, I hate this bitch. I hope Babette's future comes to an end way before the season finishes. I cannot wait to see this bitch die. Anna confronts Siobhan over this, and Siobhan is so nonchalant about it that it's actually funny. She says that she doesn't have a non-compete clause. This is business, and it's a boundary that Anna does not want to cross. Okay. Kim really seems to have that bitch down. Now, before Anna leaves Siobhan, she gives her more B12 vials. And that red dot on Anna's face is looking more like a bullseye at this point. After leaving her attorney's office, Virginia has a vision of the 4 antlered chicks in black watching her in the alley. Miss Preacher approaches her and she tells her that she needs to talk to her. And she explains to Virginia in a restaurant that when Miss Preacher was 25 years old, she was a budding fashion designer. She had a one-night stand with a guy and got pregnant. And when she went to have the big A, and no, I don't mean Hester Prynne, a woman approached her and offered Miss Preacher help. She said if Miss Preacher gave her the baby, that she would give her the world. So she gave the woman the baby after she gave birth to it. Miss Preacher says that Virginia's husband has nothing to do with all of this, but Dex and Anna do. She's worried about them. She says that Dex was part of like this satanic cult at one time, but he gave it up for Addie. She says that this satanic cult has been after their family for a long time. Now, we never get any more of this scene or anything else that what happens, but it certainly gives us a lot of information, and I'm so ready to do a theory video about it, guys. Back at home, Dr. Hill is examining Anna because she's been in intense pain. To Dex's credit, he actually does care that Anna's in pain, and he asks the doctor to examine her more thoroughly when he kind of brushes her off. He does say that Anna cannot travel for the rest of her pregnancy, meaning that she has to miss the Golden Globes. Anna asks Dex to invite Sonia over for some girl time. While in the shower, more of Anna's hair comes out. And after she gets out of the shower, she finds another Summer Day doll left out for her in her bedroom. This one has red roots at the top, indicating bloody roots from Anna's hair falling out. Sonia comes over for dinner at the Alcott house. Straight out, Nicolette does not like Sonia. She gave her the old up and down look and then a disgusted face. Loved it. And while they talk at dinner, Sonia says that Dex told her about Anna's stalker. And Anna confesses that she thought Sonia was the one following her because the stalker wore the same green heels as Sonia did at the art opening. Sonia says that she never wears green, even on her feet. I have to say, guys, real quickly, that I went back and I checked because you know me. You know me. I always go back and check. Sonia had the same heels as she did at the art gallery. That was the same woman that was under the stall when Anna went out to dinner with her and Dex. Same foot, same everything. Sonia continues to talk, and she tells Anna and Dex that her mother used to physically abuse her, so she left home at 17. And she was talking about how she's grateful for the pain because it got her where she is today. And she says specifically that it got her to the table sitting with Anna. Anna walks Sonia out to her car and asks her if she's seen the picture of Dex and his wife before and shows it to her. Sonia says no, she's never seen the picture, but she does confirm that she looks exactly like Addie. She tells Anna that, call her if she needs anything. She's only 15 minutes away. Woo! I don't know if I'd like that, guys. That bitch is too close for my comfort. Now, Nicolette is looking in the drawer where Anna had the picture of Dex and Addie and Talia and her wife. She asks Nicolette if she's looking for something in the drawer. And she's like, nope. She says she doesn't know Sonia despite knowing her last name. And she says that, she looked at her that way because she looks like an old friend. Anna asks if her old friend's name was Adeline, and she says no. Hamish and Siobhan are having dinner, and he wants to know why Siobhan gave him the script for the art tour, told him to tell everyone that he wrote it, and to cast Anna as the lead. Now, despite everyone telling him that the film would tank, especially if Anna was involved in it, he still did it, and it became exceedingly successful. He wants to know what's going on and who Siobhan really is. Now, this scene is left unresolved, and we do not get any more in the rest of the episode. Anna meets Cora for physical therapy, and I love Taffy Jevinson. Oh my gosh, guys, she was fantastic as Feather in Scream Queens. She's done so many other projects, but I'm so glad to see her back in the, Ryan Murphy AHS universe somewhat, because, she's a great actress. Okay, I should tell you guys really quickly, warning, this is an SA. She gets Anna to, take off her pants and get on the massage table. Wow, that's just a line I wouldn't have crossed, but okay. And she goes inside Anna. Literally. And Anna is so uncomfortable. She tells Cora 3 times to stop. Cora does not. Okay, so finally, Anna's like, look, get the fuck out of me. This poor character was essayed, and she tells her husband, what happened. And he fucking laughs at her. I was so triggered by that. To laugh about it is cruel. He tries to explain Cora's a professional. She knows what she's doing. Just because she's a fucking professional does not mean that she can't essay another woman. Okay? Or a man. Anna does stand up for herself, and she's like, why don't you just ever believe me? And get this, Dex thinks that Anna is upset because she can't go to the Golden Globes. I'm so upset that I can't even say Golden Globes right. Anna laughs at this stupid reason, and he gets angry. I mean, the difference between this couple is astronomical. They both react completely different, and they should, in my opinion, they should not be together. Anna accuses Dex of marrying her to get over Addie, and she also says that she wants him to admit that he thinks she's crazy and making up everything, from the stalker to the nurse and everything. And he says yes. He says, I love you, but... she should have dumped him. That pissed me off so badly. Anna tells Dex that she basically needs him to believe her. And he says he can't do that. He knows if he will just believe his wife, his relationship will get better. Everything will get better if he just takes a chance and believes her. But he says he can't do that. So Dex is actively taking a chance and not helping his marriage. Yeah, he's absolutely having an affair with Cora. Now, Dex wants to leave the conversation and go watch the Golden Globes. Of course he does. Anna goes to the basement to watch the awards alone. I do feel a little sad for her there. Sadly, Babette wins the award for Best Actress, and Anna coughs up, like, screws, I guess, and, like, a little long finger. Siobhan calls Anna right at that time and asks her if she wants an Oscar more than a baby. And Anna says yes. Siobhan asks Anna if she'll be willing to do anything to get it. Anna says yes. Someone with a red glove takes Anna and she pulls her out of the camera sight. And then the next thing we know, Anna wakes up in bed. Dex is by her side, waking her up, and he shows her a news article of Babette dying in a car crash. Guys, I didn't think that would happen so quickly. In that case, die, Dex, die! The episode ends with Siobhan calling Anna. So this episode was a little bit better than the previous, just a little. We didn't get answers, tiny bits of detail. I mean, this was supposed to be the series finale for the year. I mean, we're still getting a couple of other episodes, but I expected this to at least give us a little bit more information, and all it seemed to do was give us more red herrings and questions more than it did answers. I am going to give this episode a 6 because I enjoyed going back to look and see if Sonia was the same person in the same shoes as in the art gallery as in the stall in a previous episode, and that led me to a theory. So I did enjoy watching this episode. However, I was frustrated because we didn't get important endings to certain things, such as the conversation last episode with Siobhan and Hamish. We didn't get an ending to the conversation between Virginia and Miss Preach. I mean, I'm sure that the show is doing that for intentional purposes, but we're getting so much red herrings and information right now that it almost feels like overload of unnecessary information instead of an overload on necessary information. I'm really enjoying Anna's character. I'm enjoying Emma Roberts portraying her. I'm enjoying the rest of the characters. I'm enjoying the twists and the red herrings. I'm not enjoying the apocalypse references. I'm not enjoying the fact that the show is just not progressing. We just keep getting the same stuff as we did almost in a previous episode. So the show won't. It's almost like the show is refusing to go forward. I can't wait to go back and rewatch these episodes again because I've only seen them all once. And now, finally, now that number 5 is done, I can actually go back and just rewatch 1 through 5 straight without having to kind of go back and write notes or anything. I could just actually watch it and see how I feel about it now. As of now, I'm kerfuffled, frustrated. I think there's only like 2 or 3 episodes left. They've got to wrap this up. I don't want them to just leave it to like the final episode, which it kind of feels like maybe that's what they're gonna do, and I'm hoping that they're not. So those are my thoughts on the season so far. I really like it. I just want them to go forward a little more. Look out for my theory videos that are absolutely coming up. Look out for the reviews and more information that is coming for AHS. If you guys like the video and the channel, please subscribe and like if you want to. It's your choice. Do you, honey? Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you all are having a wonderful holiday. I love you all, and beware of our girl, Sexy Scaffitch.
Beware of Sexy Scaffitch.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to my freak show. The long-awaited episode 6 of American Horror Story Delicate is out, and allow me to break down the episode for you. Huge shout out to patron Allie Vania. You're the best, Allie. Opening is that Anna is born. It's 1988. Her mother is Margaret, and Margaret loved her baby girl. Sadly, Anna's father is just like Dex. He is just a jerk. Until, sadly, Margaret dies from a blood clot in her leg. He just lets this poor woman suffer until she dies. But in the hospital, after Margaret has died, Nicolette holds Anna and sings her mother's favorite song to her, Rockabye Baby. Now back to the present. Anna is the main speaker at Babette's funeral, but she's not too sad because she is nominated for a SAG award. And when she returns from the funeral, a black cat leads Anna outside to a mangled summer day doll. Like the legs are all chewed up and stuff like that. She takes it to the basement to add it to her collection, and while in the basement, Anna notices that the camera that was in there in a previous episode is now gone. And I have to say, guys, I have a note right here in my review that the cat scratched Anna. The whole scene about the cat and Anna outside, Anna was just taken out by that black cat like she was Cindy from Scary Movie 2. So Dex meets his dad, who is not Dr. Hill, damn it. I really loved that theory, hoped it was going to be true. Dex's dad obviously is a true asshole, and dating someone named Madison? That would be funny if that turned out to be Madison Montgomery. He loves young women, and he hates women who gave birth and raised his son. And he tells Dex basically not to testify for his mother in court and offers Dex a new home closer to his father. And he said that their baby might have a cousin. So this would mean that Dex and Anna's baby would be cousin to Dex's father and Madison's baby. How would they be cousins? Wouldn't Dex's father's baby be Anna and Dex's baby aunt or uncle? If they're cousins, that would mean Madison is like related to Virginia. This is just so fucking convoluted. I want some answers. Next scene is Nicolette comes to wake up Anna. She says that she found a naked summer day doll in front of her house, and it's got this little black mark across the lower section of the back. And Nicolette has the cat, and she says that it's a stray around Talia's house that she named Felix. And I thought that was cute, Felix the cat. But there is one section where, like, Nicolette seems to flash her true self to Anna because Anna sees a red dot on Nicolette's lower left side of her mouth. And, yeah, that absolutely shows us that Nicolette is part of whatever this is. So Anna takes the doll to the basement to add to her collection of summer day dolls and discovers that the dolls, when she pings their location of where they were found, it all shows up to be in the devil's symbol. Nicolette sets up Anna in the pool, and I did not realize Talia's house had a pool, but right on. But Nicolette is acting totally creepy now. She mentions that the baby is a boy and asks Anna if she needs help changing her clothes. No, she didn't. I mean, just her tone and her eyes, she was so creepy, and I really enjoyed it. But while Anna is in the pool, that's when we see the piece from the trailer, the baby's claws come up and out of Anna's stomach. Goats show up, so does Nicolette. I mean, it's like this great big old devil pool party. Anna runs to tell Dex what happened, but instead she ends up apologizing to him for her recent behavior. And Dex returns the apologies. They have this cute little cuddly moment while Nicolette watches them. And then afterwards, Anna looks at her stomach, and there are 4 little wounds on her stomach where the baby's claws came out of her skin. Anna sees Kamal and asks about the camera that she saw in the basement. And he says that there never are cameras in the basement because Talia insisted no cameras to be installed in there. Next scene is Hamish tells Siobhan that he's going to the press to tell the truth, that he didn't write the auteur, which I guess we all knew. And at the opening, Talia and Anna face off about the cameras in the basement. Talia tells Anna that she gave up her house and she gave her husband his career. I mean, Talia, at this art opening, she was really being a bitch to Anna, and I really enjoyed the snaps that she gave her. Talia absolutely showed her true colors in this episode. Anna does confront Talia about spying on her behind her back, and even like way back to the apartment in episode 1, which Talia denies it, and she verbally like bean dips Anna. It was just hilarious. And Talia lets it slip that she was the one who told Dex to go for Anna. It makes me wonder why she did that. Now, Anna says that she knows Talia is lying about spying on her, and she goes to have a break in the bathroom. Now, Anna washes her hands, and there's like red blood left behind on her hands. I'm thinking that perhaps this means there's blood on her hands. Like when it comes to spying and stuff like that, maybe Anna did something that would put blood on her hands. It's open up to interpretation for right now. It could be a hallucination. Now, the superfan from episode 2 comes back to haunt Anna in this bathroom at the art opening. And when Anna finally escapes the bathroom, Nurse Ivy is right there pretending that she's just like this English fan. She's all dressed normally, and Anna's like, I know what you're trying to do to me. Anna's really looking so crazy at this point. And that's when Sonia approaches her, and she's like, Anna, and she takes her red hands and she kisses her hands, and then she kisses the wounds from the cat scratch on Anna's face. She kisses the pimple. And then it's like Sonia kissed away all of that. Anna's hands were just fine. The cat scratch disappeared. The pimple disappeared. Everything. Nicolette, Sonia, Ivy, and Talia surround Anna. And they're all wearing the green spiked high heels as they chant for Satan. And the women all of them seem to have the same red mark on the lower left side of their mouths. So they are absolutely all part of the same coven, and Siobhan must be their leader. Sonia kisses Anna, and she places her arm on Anna's lower back, just like where the mark was on the Summer Day doll. And it looks like, in my opinion, Sonia's doing something to the baby by kissing Anna. But it's really difficult to tell. In an instant, the whole scene is over because Siobhan is there, and she brings Anna back to reality. After that, Siobhan takes Anna to eat, where we get that bone scene from the preview of part 2. And Siobhan finally turns into friend mode. Anna says that she wants to quit the business, and that's when Siobhan slaps her. Well, I guess she's really not in friend mode at this point. But Siobhan slaps her and gaslights Anna into staying into acting. And on the news, it's announced that Hamish has died. He ended his own future. And checking her makeup, Siobhan just doesn't care that Hamish is dead, obviously. She touches the lower left side of her mouth, I guess, to make sure that her makeup is done well. But to me, I think she's checking to make sure that her own spot isn't showing. Now, while Siobhan is getting a drink at the bar, Anna actually has that card that's telling her to trust no one. I guess she keeps it with her at all times, but she finally freaking flips it over and she finds a phone number on it. She calls it, and she hears that person's phone ringing in the restaurant that she's with Siobhan in. And she traces the sound to Miss Preacher. And Miss Preacher tells Anna that she needs to talk to her, but not with Siobhan around. And we go to Dex, finding his mom, Virginia, dead in the bathtub with her wrist cut. And she wrote in the mirror, I guess she did. I don't know who wrote it. I assume she did. But I assume Virginia wrote in the mirror, I tried to warn you with the red lipstick. Okay, this episode was interesting. The story slightly moved forward. And Anna and Miss Preacher, I am excited for next week because hopefully they're going to finally get to talk. I want some context, some backstory. I feel like freaking Johnny Five. More info, Stephanie. More. I liked the opening and how the women all had the marks on their faces, so finally confirming to all of us who's part of that coven. Though I did feel it was obvious that Virginia was going to be murdered. Anybody, especially like Hamish, when Hamish told Siobhan that he was going to go to the press and tell them that he didn't write the auteur, I immediately knew, oh, Hamish is going to be dead. And same thing happened. So it felt extremely obvious that Virginia was going to be killed off as well. It did suck that Dex's dad wasn't Dr. Hill, but hey, at least we finally got to meet that piece of shit. For me, this episode gets a 6.5 for some story progression, the decent scene at the art gallery opening, and Virginia and Hamish's death. Other than that, guys, I'm still frustrated. I'm really excited for next week, though, because we're going to finally get to see Anna and Miss Preacher talk. If we get flashbacks or whatever, it doesn't matter. The story is going to progress. So hopefully we're going to get the answers that we need. So I am frustrated, but again, looking forward to the next episode. They definitely have me hanging on, wanting to know what's going to happen next, mostly because I need the information, not because, I'm in suspense. I have to know what's going to happen next episode. No, it's mostly because I'm frustrated and I'm ready for them to finally drop the curtain, so to speak, and reveal the secrets behind the secrets behind the curtain, so we can finally get some information. Guys, what did you think of this episode? What is your rating? Please let me know in the comments, because you know how much I love reading what you guys have to say. Weekly Wednesday live streams are every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Beyond the Horror is my unofficial American Horror Story after show. Those are Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Please make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more great content, and if you want to support the channel further, please consider becoming a Patreon or a channel member. You get a bunch of rewards for just $1. Link is in the description. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you, and beware of sexy Scathach. Hello everyone, and welcome to my freak show. Guys, episode 7, Ave Hestia of AHS Delicate packed some big punches. So let's break them all down. We start the episode in Western Europe, 24 AD, as Ivy is trying to have a baby in a small shed. She gives herself a C-section and takes out 2 baby girls. She names them Sonia and Adeline. All 3 of them die but are brought back to life, with the witch wearing the pink necklace, which, of course, due to spoilers, we now know that is Siobhan. Then the episode flashes to Brooklyn, New York, 2013. Addie Harding is happily married to Dex, and it's their 1-year anniversary. She owns a restaurant called Hestia, Dex is an out-of-work painter, and he got her flowers and a dog called Oz for their anniversary. LOL, such cult flashbacks. Now Dex wants a baby, but Addie doesn't. And we see Addie working as a chef and worshiping Hestia after the restaurant closes. But she's confronted afterwards by her evil twin sister Sonia after her prayer service. Now they play the knife game, and Sonia basically nicks herself after 2 seconds of playing. Then it's Addie's turn, and the two talk about Addie leaving, how the coven wants her back. Addie says she's never going back. Sonia points out that no one in Addie's life knows about her past, not her husband, her best friend, anybody. Addie says that people don't have to stay where they're born. And that whole conversation's like 5 minutes, and that's when Addie finally stabs herself. I honestly think that Addie won. I mean, she went a whole 5 minutes. I mean, like a whole conversation without stabbing, well, until she stabbed herself, and Sonia couldn't basically go like a minute. But when Addie sees the blood, she passes out from it, and the show flashes us back to Galway, Ireland, and 1243. Ivy and her daughters, now grown women, are eating placenta, and Addie doesn't want to be part of their agenda anymore. She doesn't want to be part of this bad witch coven. And Ivy magically pushes Addie against the wall and spits on her. And I guess Ivy's spit is bloody because blood lands right on the lower left side of Addie's mouth. Now, Ivy tells Sonia to continue eating the placenta, which she happily does. I mean, that was so gross. And Ivy apologizes to Addie for hurting her, so she gives herself a mark on the same place as she spit on Addie. And she also marks Sonia with the same mark, and consider themselves now fully family. And they do their whole little Satan dance with chants. Back in 2013, Addie is asleep while Dex and Talia talk. Dex tells Talia that he's never seen Addie's sister and has no idea of her name or anything of her family. So Dex calls his father, who literally is a major snake in the grass. After he calls his father, Dex's dad is so angry that he wants to cut Dex off, but Virginia basically just wants them to give Dex a break. And for saying that, Dex's dad chloroforms Virginia. Next, we see Nicolette confronting Addie at the restaurant, and guys, I really enjoyed the part with MJ. She pulls out these long baby teeth and says that they belong to Addie's babies. Ugh, such a huge reveal. And Addie tells Nicolette to get out of the restaurant, and of course she does, but MJ is such a fantastic addition to the season, and I do hope that she stays with American Horror Story permanently. Now, on the way home from the restaurant, Addie buys a pregnancy test from the superfan. Oh my God, that woman's everywhere. And Addie finds out she's pregnant, and she's absolutely upset. Now, the next scene after she finds out she's pregnant is Talia, her wife, Dex, and Addie. They are all together, and they are at the Hestia restaurant, and they're celebrating the fact that Talia has invested in Dex, and they are opening an art gallery together. Now, they all get together and take a picture. There's nobody in the restaurant except the four of them and the staff. But in the picture, when Addie looks at it, she sees her mother, Ivy, in the background. So Addie sends her staff and Dex home because she knows that they are waiting for her. She goes into her room and she prays. Now, I actually translated what she said, and Addie says, "Hail, O child of Hestia, long live the child of our Lord." But the prayer changes when the whispers actually join in. They say, "Hail, Satan." So Addie hears them and she goes to the front of the restaurant right as Dex finds the pregnancy test in the trash can in his bathroom. I mean, kind of thought Addie would have put it somewhere else since she doesn't want to be pregnant and didn't want to tell Dex. So anyway, he sees it. He's really excited. He tries to call Addie and his parents, but Addie doesn't pick up and there's no answer with his parents. So Dex just straight up goes to his parents' house. And when he goes inside, he sees his mother unconscious and tied up while the coven is either taking her blood or they're giving her blood. And oh my God, guys. Oh my God. I don't even know if I can say this. But Dex sees his dad going through Siobhan's back door. And Dex's dad shouts, "This is how you were made." Oh my God. It was so gross and revolting. I loved it. So Dex is in absolute shock, but that's when the coven, the witches that are in the room, take Dex down while his father shouts for them to erase his memory. Now back to Addie. She walks to the front of the restaurant and Sonia is there and ties her down to, I guess she wants to help her by giving a little yearly pap smear. But Ivy, Nicolette, all of them are there, including a new woman dressed in black. Nicolette says Addie married Dex to give someone, and I assume they mean Siobhan, the middle finger. Then Talia, Addie's best friend, reveals herself. And she says that she sold her soul to the coven for $1.2 billion and carried all these little creatures for them. Oh my gosh, I guess just like Addie did. And the witches reveal that Talia will find a new wife for Dex so they can have the purest product possible. And then, oh my god, guys, Ivy stabs Addie's stomach, takes out the baby inside her, and smears it all over her face. And the other witches join in, they do the same thing, and then after they're done, they pour gasoline on Addie and set her on fire. Wow. I'm surprised the autopsy didn't find that weird. I enjoyed this episode, guys. We learned that basically Siobhan is behind everything. Siobhan is the one that brought Ivy and her babies back to life, gave these women their powers, and she can take the powers away if anyone in the coven upsets her. And is now, in my opinion, possibly the mother of Dex. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Guys, this was such a great episode. It gave the witch vibes of like old school evil witches that actually ate newborn flesh to stay young and gorgeous. I wanted Coven to be exactly like this, but when we didn't get it, I'm not gonna lie, I was disappointed, though it was a good season. But this is the kind of witches that I have always wanted. The backstories were fantastic and gave us so much information that we needed to know. I really enjoyed the fact too that we learned that Ivy is the mother to Sonia and Addie. That was a twist that I did not see coming. I saw coming of Sonia and Addie being sisters, but not of Ivy being their mother. Enjoyed that twist very much, especially how Addie grew up not wanting to be part of their coven and the way that they do things. She wanted to be better. She wanted to do better, which was confusing for me because when I watched the episode, I'm wondering, well, if she wanted to stop being in their coven, why is she in her restaurant going into that little room and still having her prayer service? I understand that she is not worshiping Satan any longer, but there was still a pentagram. She is worshiping Hestia, and she still seems to be some way part of practicing what she tried to escape from. So I'm still a little confused on that, but I really enjoyed this with Addie, Sonia, and Ivy very much. And guys, as much as I hate to admit this, as much as I would rather chew my own gorgeous face off than to admit this, but I have to say, dang, I feel bad for Dex in this episode. And I kind of feel a little bad when I'm like, I just hope Dex dies. Okay, worst case scenario at this point is Dex is just a guy that cheated on his wife. And in my opinion, that's not a murderous offense. That's not a reason for this poor guy to die. So, I see now that Dex was just this innocent person. His mother tried to warn him about his father and what was happening to her and him, and he was just this poor innocent guy that was basically emasculated by his dad and just trying to live his life, wanting to have a wife and a baby. And I feel I guess I don't feel like a piece of shit, but he's just a fictional character. But I do feel stupid for misjudging him so quickly. I should have waited for more episodes and not just took who Dex is at face value. Absolutely changed my mind on Dex in this episode, and I hate it, but because I hate it is the reason why I like the episode so much. Again, MJ Rodriguez was really great in this episode too. And I loved at one time when they had Addie at the end of the episode, they had her spread out, they were about to take out the baby. Addie mentioned that Nicolette herself tried to flee the coven at one point. And I wonder if we're going to get that information, or maybe Nicolette is still trying to get out of the coven, and maybe she'll end up trying to help Anna. I'm really hoping that we get a new surprise with Nicolette, and maybe she is a double agent. And I also love the fact that we got the information that Talia joined the coven. I mean, I know we got confirmation last episode when she bared the mark. However, we never knew when or how or whichever she had joined the coven, and I love the fact that we got that now. So we never saw Anna in this entire episode. It was straight backstory. And oh my gosh, it was absolutely worth the watch. I think I watched it 3 times before I even started working on my review. Great backstories. Oh my gosh, great surprises. And again, Ivy just being the mom to Sonia and Addie is still blowing my mind. If I had to rate it, I guess I would give it a 9. I mean, I sincerely enjoyed it. I know I've said it so many times in this review, but I had to reiterate, great episode. Guys, what did you think of this episode, and what did you rate it? Please let me know in the comments, because you know I enjoy reading your comments and chatting with you in there. And don't forget, AHS Weekly Wednesday live streams are every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. And Beyond the Horror, my unofficial AHS Delegate after show, is every Thursday at 7 p.m. And you can come discuss the episode with me. Let's talk questions and answers and chat about the episode. So thank you all so much. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I post videos or go live. And if you want to take it a step further to support me, please consider becoming a channel member or a Patreon. Memberships start at just $1 and you get a bunch of rewards. Links are in the description. Woo! Guys, thank you so much for watching. Can't wait for episode 8. I love you all, and beware of sexy Scathach. Hello everyone, and welcome to my freak show. Let's break down episode 8 of AHS Delegate, titled Little Gold Man. Huge shout out to new channel member Zordan's Ghost. Thank you so much for your support. Don't forget, guys, there's spoilers in this episode. Subscribe, and it's all that stuff at the end. Now, we start this episode in a flashback, which shows us how the Coven infiltrated Hollywood, and it started with the OG Rosemary's Baby actress Mia Farrow. 19-year-old Mia was once married to 49-year-old Frank Sinatra, but they did divorce. Now, at this time, they are married, and Mia is filming Rosemary's Baby, and Frank really didn't want Mia doing the movie anymore. He wanted her to be a mother to his children, no ambition, and we get a small scene with Sharon Tate telling Mia that the devil is beautiful and you'll find him in the people that you least expect. And after a scary scene of walking in live traffic, Mia goes to have some time alone, and her fake belly starts moving around. And 1970 Siobhan steps in to help Mia out. Miss Preacher crashes Virginia's funeral service, and she's repaid for her kindness by way of a trip to the hospital with heavy sedation. Guys, I don't know about you, but I would really love that right now. I need some sleep and someone to wait on me hand and foot. That kind of sounds like heaven. Anyway, Anna goes to see Miss Preacher, and she tells Anna that the women will take her dreams and turn them into nightmares, and to get out now. The nurse comes back to sedate Miss Preacher before she can say anything else, and then she is taken away before Anna can talk to her. However, one of the nurses recognizes Anna and literally goes overboard, gushing all over her. All the women in the ward come in to take pictures while Anna kind of basks awkwardly in the limelight. And while Siobhan is dressing Anna, they find Dex's second phone. A flip phone, no less. Oh my god. Next, Anna and Dex are checked into a hotel in Los Angeles for the Oscars. While at a press, gifting something or other, Anna sees Cora, and she's there to do press for Dr. Hill. But Anna recognizes the cape that Cora was wearing from the first episode. And that's when Cora realizes that Anna understands, and she just spills the tea. She tells Anna that she started having an affair with Dex when they started treatment. Dex got Cora an apartment. He also set up cameras in his own apartment so that way she could watch him when they're not together. That was, oh my god, that was just No. But it wasn't long before Cora became obsessed with Anna's life through watching her and wanting to be her. She's the one who changed Anna's appointment times, left out important medication, and made Anna feel unstable by coming into the apartment. And when Dex broke it off, Cora just went unhinged. She was there to warn Anna that they were doing something to her baby, and then she explains that the women that are Dr. Hill's patients aren't patients. They help him find new patients so they can torture them, and they're doing all of that to Anna. Cora says that she never sees the babies after they're born, and Dr. Hill never lets his patients seek outside care. Dr. Hill spends a lot of time on the phone before and after the appointments, and when he comes out, he's somebody completely different. When Anna gets back to the hotel, she finds Dex on his flip phone. She's there early, and he did not expect her. She holds that flip phone and closes it and just tells him to get out. And guys, I loved it. When she got back to the hotel, she picked up Felix the cat, and I thought it was crazy that Felix was there. But the two of them were quite cozy together, and I really feel that this is Anna embracing her inner power that's been basically dormant for quite a long time. The next morning, Anna wakes in the hotel with her legs all twisted up. Now, it's a hallucination. They heal. However, her legs are left like black, quartz-like, and scaly. She digs into it, and it's actually a pretty gross scene, but it's worth a look at. It disappears after Siobhan and the glam squad arrive, only leaving the cut that Anna made into her normal leg. And I really liked Siobhan being so blunt about Anna taking a shit in this episode. Kim has really come so far in her acting. Now, on the way to the Oscars, Siobhan dogs Dex, as we all would, and Anna asks Siobhan if she would ever lie to her. And of course, Siobhan says, "About what, babe?" But she makes her feel, of course, that she would never lie to her. And at the Oscars, on the red carpet, Anna sees Babette and falls. And that's when the ceremony starts. They all sit down, and Anna starts feeling contractions, and she starts going into labor. Siobhan says that they are going to wait until Anna's category, and then they'll go to the hospital. Oh my God, guys, that's a long time to wait. I don't know about you, but they wait till like the end of this 2-hour Oscar recording to do the big awards last. So how long did Anna have to wait and hold that contraction in? Woo, I felt bad for her at that point. Right as the category comes up, Siobhan asks Anna if she wants this. Anna says yes. Siobhan asks Anna, of course, what she would give up for it, and Anna replies, anything. Siobhan places her hand on Anna's stomach, and both of them place their hand on her baby bump, and they're both looking at it. Anna contemplates her baby, and she verbally says yes to Siobhan. Siobhan says congratulations, and then 4 seconds later, Anna wins the Oscar for Best Actress. And that is when we see the infamous kiss. Anna goes to accept her award, and she sees her mother clapping from the nosebleed section. And the episode ends with Anna's water breaking. Okay, this episode was way too short. And I understand that we needed to see when Siobhan infiltrated Hollywood, but I didn't think it needed to be in episode 8. I think all the backstories that don't involve the story progressing forward should have been taken care of earlier, not here in episode 8. Not when we only have one episode, the season finale, left. You know, I'm glad we got the answer that Cora has been the one changing Anna's calendar, set out her meds, got in her apartment because Dex gave her the key. She was truly a stalker, obsessed with the reality TV Dex set her up with, and she was obsessed with Anna. And I do wish that the end with Anna and Siobhan would have stretched just a little longer. I figured that the episode would have ended with Anna going into labor, but I hoped for just a bit more of a cliffhanger since the next episode is the finale. I honestly felt like the good writers were out taking a dump during the composition of this script. So I give this episode a 5. It had one great scene at the end with Siobhan and Anna. We're one closer to an explanation with Cora being the stalker. And we're back to hating Dex. Yo! Yes, you guys know how much I am all for hating Dex. We're back to it. It feels like AHS. Yes. But my preview breakdown for episode 9 will be up this weekend, so make sure you're subscribed and click the notification bell so you'll know when I post the video. And I have time for 3 more theory videos before the season finale, so get ready for them, guys. They're gonna be the best ones. And see you guys tonight for Beyond the Horror at 7 p.m. Central Time so we can live chat about the episode. Special guest is going to be Michael. Now, what do you guys think of the episode? What is your rating? Let me know in the comments because you know how much I love reading what you guys have to say. Weekly Wednesday live streams are every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And of course, Beyond the Horror, my unofficial AHS after show, is every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more great content, and if you want to support the channel further, please consider becoming a channel member or a Patreon. You get tons of rewards for just $1. Link is in the description. And thank you all so much for watching. I love you, and beware of sexy Scathach. Hello everyone, and welcome to my freak show. Let's discuss the finale of AHS Delicate, the Auteur. Spoiler warning. And if you want, stay tuned to the end because I will be continuing AHS content, new reviews for new shows, reactions, and it will all be at the end. Huge shout out to renewing channel member Blaze.
Blaze is motherfucking back.
This episode begins with a flashback to 2019 when Anna and Siobhan meet at an infertility support group. Siobhan refers Anna to Dr. Hill and they become besties. And excuse me, Siobhan says that women can't write their own horror. Rita Mae Brown, a female, wrote the Slumber Party Massacre. That's all I gotta say. We go back to the present. Anna is being placed in the ambulance and Dex is there because Siobhan called him. On the way to the hospital, Ivy reveals herself and kills Kamal. Rip Kamal. Dex, totally shocked at this, is trying to help Anna because the baby is coming. But the baby takes off Dex's hand. Oh my God, I just loved it. And we flash back again to Siobhan and Dr. Hill together. And we see how she made him do her bidding. Now back to the present. Ivy stops the ambulance and shoves Dex's amputated hand into his mouth. And he dies by choking on his own hand. Guys, I don't know. That was just so cool, and I really fucking love that part. I adored it. The ambulance pulls into a garage parking and turns into a table with Anna on top. The witches surround her while Ivy helps Anna give birth. And the whole time, Anna is clutching her Oscar award. And I loved it when the baby was born and Ivy sings Baby Not Mine to it, because that was the song that was used in Evil Dead Rise when the mom sang it to her kids. I enjoyed that connection. Now, the women won't let Anna hold her baby because they tell her she chose the Oscar over her baby. Anna gets upset and tries to get up, and they spray her with the spray and wrap her eyes with the silk mask from the gifting event from episode 8. And Anna takes a little afterbirth nap. And when she wakes, Anna is paralyzed. The witches surround Anna while holding those summer day dolls. They tell her that the hormones, the sprays, the lipstick, the B12, everything, that was all just a way to integrate Anna into like their group. I really enjoyed this part because Sonia even asks Nicolette, why did she put the pickles and the ice cream in the fridge? And Nicolette replies, fuck you. It's like the writers actually watched our reviews and read the comments and they addressed it in this episode. Now they take Anna to Siobhan, where she presents Anna with a choice. Either join the coven for a long life, beauty, power, all that stuff, or not. And then she'll just grow old and die. Siobhan had Nicolette around Anna from infancy so they could raise a perfect vessel. And this is when Dex's dad comes in with Felix the cat. Siobhan reveals that they were her spies, and she says that she only gets it on with the most depraved men that she could find. And that was Dex's dad. She hooked up with Dex's dad a long time ago, and they had babies, and they had a bunch of creatures, but they actually had one human baby, and that was Dex. So they made Virginia raise baby Dex, and they put Dex and Anna together to make their perfect creature. And Siobhan admits to being Dex's mother. Guys, I am so pissed at this because when I did the preview breakdown for episode 8, I missed Margaret in the stands. And in that time, I was writing the script for Siobhan is Dex's mother. And I didn't put the video out so that way I could put out the one about Margaret being in the stands and being the one that I missed in that preview breakdown as a huge clue. I am absolutely kicking myself right now because if I would have put that video out, it would have been one theory out of all of them that I did that would have actually been right. Siobhan also reveals that the egg that was used for Anna's baby was Siobhan's. So the baby is 3/4 Siobhan and 1/3 her son, Dex. Fucking ew. Now, Anna wants to hold the baby, but Siobhan tells her that she can only hold him if she joins their group. Either way, if she doesn't, she'll always have her Oscar award. And then they wheel Anna into a room with baby bassinets, and they've got babies actually in them. The babies have a tube attached to them, feeding them blood for nourishment. I got such hotel vibes there. And even more when Siobhan gathers her coven. Okay, she refers to her ladies, I guess I should say her group because I don't think they're a coven anymore. Siobhan refers to her group as delegates. They gather and Siobhan kills Ivy for killing her son, Dex. And I really enjoyed that moment because Siobhan did it with her glove that had the nails at the end. Again, such Countess Hotel vibes. I really enjoyed that. Now, it was a nice shocking moment because I thought Ivy was right when she said that no one wanted to hear Dex ever speak again. But, you know, a mother's demon ancestral love, I guess, is powerful. Ivy says that she killed the twin that Anna carried and her own daughter Addie for Siobhan. But Siobhan still kills Ivy Countess style. Now, Talia asks if Ivy will resurrect, and Siobhan replies she doesn't need to and presents the coven with Dex's testicles. So, Siobhan has the power of resurrection. We know that for a fact. I wonder why she didn't resurrect Dex. Was it maybe even she hated him too and just literally couldn't deal with him anymore and just is only keeping his reproductive part instead? So Siobhan plans to get all of the women in the group pregnant with Dex's sperm, and that is so fucking gross that I almost puked, guys. And I have to say, I really fucking miss this kind of AHS. Bravo to them on their grossness. Bravo, bravo, bravo. The witches plan to repopulate the world with their monsters and change it for the greater good. Siobhan and Dex's kids will be the strongest and the leaders. Men will be the subservient ones, and women will rule the world. Which, side note, why does Anna give birth to a boy? Why didn't they make her have a girl? Meh. Siobhan says that she is the auteur, the one who runs the world. Now, she gives the baby to Anna to hold, and Anna accepts the child. She sees the baby, and her gasters are flabbered, guys. It's a little tiny monster that we can't see except for its monster hand. Now, Anna nurses it, but the teeth are very sharp, making it painful, and it sounds painful as fuck. Siobhan says that she and Anna are now blood-bound together. And for some reason, Siobhan took Anna to a mirror. She said that Anna needed to watch herself for the first time nurse the baby, but in my opinion, this is where the finale took a first wrong turn. It just didn't make sense for me in my head for Siobhan to take her to the mirror and away for the witches who were chatting around the blood cooler while working. Now, Anna sings to the baby while Siobhan goes to get something, and in the mirror, Addie appears. She prays to Hestia, getting Anna to do the same. Siobhan returns and Addie and Anna pray to Hestia together. Addie tells Anna that only light can snuff out the dark. Siobhan is literally shook like she just got hit with a hard case of explosive diarrhea and instantly ages into her senior years and into oblivion. And afterwards, Anna can walk again. The mirror is cracked, which represents the fact that the spell is now broken on Anna. And the monster that was in her arms is now gone. Now, Anna finds the raven hat on the ground and she places it on her head. She hears her baby crying and goes to find it in this beautiful, bright room. There's no more ravens. There's no Dex's dad. There's no nothing. No more voices in the hall. Nothing. There's a spider on the baby and Anna squishes it. And in the background, we hear someone praise Hestia and Satan as Anna grabs the Oscar award from the bookshelf in the baby's room. And the show ends as the baby calms in Anna's arms as she holds her baby and the Oscar. I'm sure my opinion is probably not going to align with everyone, but this is how I think about the season finale. It was strong enough for the main characters to metaphorically cross a bridge of death and survive, only for the bridge to fall after the last person steps foot on safe ground. Meaning the finale lacked risk. It stayed safe while wrapping the ending with Siobhan and a nice little bow with the happily ever after kind of ending. However, the cinematography, the music, and the entire tone of the season gave it a fairy tale type of vibe. So this ending absolutely seemed to fit the show that they gave us. The finale did end up appearing in 3 sections and giving us a lot of answers that we wanted. It was Anna in the ambulance, giving birth, and then with Siobhan. The finale was Anna in this white fairy tale kind of a dress, defeating the wicked queen in black, Siobhan, with help from Hestia. And while we're left with an ambiguous ending, it's one of hope and light. But that's not what I wanted. I wanted a dark ending with Anna joining the coven and being the mother of a monster. For me, the finale was going just fine until Siobhan was easily defeated with a chant someone could have figured out in the 1,000 years of her existence. Guys, we only knew about Siobhan for 9 episodes, and the way to defeat her was revealed in that 9th episode. I interpreted the ending of Addie that she died as a white witch, and therefore her power from Hestia is stronger than the darkness that is Siobhan. Sure, that's fine. I get what the show wanted the viewers to know. But as a longtime viewer, I craved a little something more. For example, it would have been badass if Siobhan was indeed Lilith in a new form. Or maybe this had all been in Anna's head. It was a mental disorder like DID. Or Mallory and Coco were really the Ashleys and intervened to save Anna and the baby and killed Siobhan. Or maybe they didn't even destroy Siobhan fully. Maybe they just weakened her and she threatened revenge against Anna. I mean, maybe just even a small fight between Siobhan and Addie. Something else other than a season tied in a fairy tale bow. Now, I didn't mind the fact that the future of Anna and the group of ladies was left up to question. Anna is wearing the green spiked heels and the raven's headpiece as the episode ends. So I speculate that Anna is now in charge of the group, and it's now up to her to find power and long life through worshiping Hestia. And once Anna achieves that power, she can begin recruiting new members for her Hestia group, practicing light magic and banishing the dark. At this point, I am conflicted. The finale was a great end for the type of show AHS created in wanting to draw in a new, younger audience, but it seems like they forgot the diehard fans that still watch the show, hoping for it to return to its former glory. To me, every season is like my child, and I love them all differently. But now that the season is over, I want to go back and rewatch the season to get a better view of it. As of now, I'm not sure if the finale was wasted potential or fucking brilliant. This season was like a twisted fairy tale filled with greed, sex, money, power, and tons of drama. And all of it with what we thought was witches. I mean, that doesn't sound bad at all. And though I wanted more of an edge to the season, I absolutely got what I wanted when the witches ate the placenta, they killed Addie, we got Ivy's traumatic delivery, and the brutality of the women being what they were. The season had lots of gore, and I enjoyed as hell watching Dex die. And knowing Dex's unknown incest with his mother, Siobhan, just felt like old times with AHS. Felt like renewing again with a friend. Emma Roberts and Kim Kardashian were one of the many highs this season. I felt they had great chemistry together and always looked forward to their scenes. Dex was a complex character that ended up being more than just a hateful asshole. Like Anna, Dex was a pawn in Siobhan and his dad's game of creating a new race of humans. His parents certainly explain a lot about Dex's negative traits. Though there were, some good things about him. He genuinely loved Addie and wanted to be his own person, away from his hateful father. But Siobhan made sure that he could never escape. And as I predicted, Miss Preacher was killed off screen in a previous episode. I am glad that we know her fate, but I wish Miss Preacher would have lived and perhaps maybe been involved in helping Anna escape Siobhan. There were also the moments where Anna was sprayed in the face with the mist and then her eyes were covered with the face mask from episode 8. The witches, they held the summer day dolls, taunting Anna that the dolls were what Siobhan did to Anna. Those were really nice moments in actually trying to connect the dots that we wanted in the final episodes. I mean, maybe I can even forgive 2 flashbacks in the finale. I know they were minute, but they weren't very important. They should have been in earlier episodes. So I'm not going to count against them. Lastly, when Siobhan started to tremble at the Hestia chant, I sat up in the bed and I low-key said no. But when she started to age and then dissipate, I straight up shouted no because I felt cheated. I had flashbacks to The Wizard of Oz, my favorite movie, and the witch being defeated with just a bucket of water. Did that mean that the witch never showered? What did she do when it rained? Did she ever brush her teeth? I had so many questions on how just a bucket of water could have killed this woman. And then I had flashbacks to Mallory killing Michael Langdon, the Antichrist, with an SUV. Guys, we got Michael Langdon. So I think it's more than fair, in my opinion, to give this season finale a rank of a 7. What do you guys rank the finale? 1 is the worst, 10 is the best. Now remember, this won't be my final AHS video, as I will be breaking down AHS Delicate and giving you news and reviews on AHS Stories and AHS Season 13. And I will be reviewing other shows such as 9/11 and other content that you suggest. So there's plenty of more content on the way right after this review. Weekly Wednesday live streams are every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Beyond the Horror, my unofficial American Horror Story after show is Thursdays at 7 p.m. Beyond the Horror, wrapping up the entire season of AHS Delicate, is on Monday, April 29th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Guys, before I end the video and ask you to subscribe and like, I just want to give you all a special shout out and thank you. Thank you all for going through this journey with me of American Horror Story Season 12. Season 12. Most of you have been here since Coven, Roanoke, Apocalypse. I'm just so grateful that you still come back and view my content, that you leave good comments, and that you care about what I produce, and that you like the stuff that I put out. I have to say, I do a lot of this because I enjoy making this stuff for you so I can talk with you guys. Maybe it sounds silly, but I get a lot of joy from conversing with you guys and talking about our favorite show. So I want to say, my channel would be nowhere near what it is right now without you. You just watching helped my channel. And to those of you out there who liked, subscribed, became channel members, Patreons, left a kind comment, I saw everything, and y'all are the best. Thank you so much for your constant support of my channel. I will absolutely continue it and will not let you down. I love you all, and thank you again for this support. Now, if you liked the video, please make sure to like it. Subscribe for more great content. And if you want to support the channel further, please consider becoming a channel member or a Patreon. You get tons of rewards for just $1. Links are all in the description, including to Beyond the Horror, the final wrap-up on Monday, April 29th. Thank you all so much for watching and going through Season 12 with me. Y'all are all the best. I love you, and beware of sexy Siobhan.
Yeah, bitch.